Görg von Frunsberg führt uns an. Tralalalala. Der die Schlacht gewann, Lehrmann vor Pavia. Der die Schlacht gewann, Lehrmann vor Pavia. Kaiser Franz von Frankenland, tralalalalala, fiel in des Frunsbergs Hand, Lehrmann vor Pavia. Fiel in des Frunsbergs Hand, Lehrmann vor Pavia. Alle Blümlein standen rot, tralalalalala. Heißer wie schneit der Tod, Lehrmann vor Pavia. Heißer wie schneit der Tod, Lehrmann vor
Well, today I'm going to be working on dyeing some wool that I have into field grey wool, and this is because of the amount of effect that this has no green in it, and it's just grey. So I'm going to add some green dye into it, and I bought some Kelly Green Jacquard dye. You get the idea. It comes in this weird plasticky paper package. And anyways, I'm going to be doing stovetop because I want it to go in there. I'm going to do about a third cup of vinegar and I think probably even a little bit of salt and baking soda. So I'm dyeing wool, of course. It is not felted. It is it's not even worsted. It's pretty plain. There's no real tricks into this. I've tried to tone it down a little bit with some bleach and what else, and that really hasn't done very much. So I'm going to try to get it to the field grey color that I would like. So at that rate, I'm going to pull out a dirty pan that no one uses, and then I'm going to use that. So now you'll be tortured watching me dye fabric, and you'll be able to say, oh, I'm doing it all wrong. It'll be too late because I will have already posted this video for you.
Die Gedanken sind frei, wer kann sie erwarten? Sie fliegen vorbei wie nächtliche Schatten. Kein Mensch kann sie wissen, kein Jäger erschießen mit Pulver und Blei. Die Gedanken sind frei. sperrt man mich ein in finsteren Kerker, lasst alles in rein vergebliche Werke, denn meine Gedanken zerreißen die Schranken und Mauern entzwei. Die Gedanken sind frei. Die Gedanken sind frei, wer kann sie erwarten? Sie fliegen vorbei wie nächtliche Schatten. Kein Mensch kann sie wissen, kein Jäger erschießen mit Pulver und Blei. Die Gedanken sind frei. Ich denke, was ich will und was mich beglückt, doch alles in der Still und wie es sich schickt. Mein Wunsch, mein Begehren kann.
So I dyed the wool and it didn't turn out how I wanted it to. It's now green instead of being a gray green. So I am going to just splash dye it, and I'm going to show you, but everyone's probably going to go nuts. I'm just going to do it how I was told to, and so that's what I do. Anyways, there you go.
Niemand verwehren, es bleibe dabei, die Gedanken sind frei. Ich liebe den Wein, mein Mädchen vor allem, sie tut mir allein am besten gefallen. Das Kalbfell klingt, der Landsknecht schwingt, ein lustig sein Mädel im Kreise, das klingt so voll, verliebt und toll, nach alter Landsgerichtsweise. Tralalalalalalalalalalala, tralalalalalalalala, tralalalalalalalala, tralalalalalalalala. Die Sonne heraus, der durch die Heide winken, auf andern Plan ist wohl getan, ein Kränzelein zu pflücken. Tralalalalalalalala, 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 tralalalalalalalala. Steh auf, packt euch zuhauf, kein lustig Fälschen und Fränzchen. Heut macht uns heiß, wie Landsknechts weiß, gesegnet euch Gott ein Tänzchen. Tralalalalalalalala, 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 tralalalalalalalala. Ist dir im Feld ein Grab bestellt, darfst du nicht weinen noch trauern. Im grünen Gras, da ruht sich was, denn im Gewölb und Mauern. Tralalalalalalalala, 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 tralalalalalalalala.
So I'm done with my tunic now. Everything looks pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and showcase it. Now before I start off, I based my tunic off of a Schuster blue M16 tunic. This is marked for Regiment 23 and I made a Bavarian tunic. This is of course Silesian, which would be under Prussia. So it has the pea green collar, which is ugly as sin. So that's about that. It's pretty easy to. It seems a little bit thicker than my wool that I used, which is a good thing, I guess. A lot of guys throw a fit about the wool being too thick and yada yada, but it has these shoulder pads, which I don't know why they're there. I bought this second hand. I also replaced the buttons with zinc buttons. So yeah, they're supposed to be horn, but I've heard that they did use zinc. So this one looks pretty much brand new, even though some of the stuff I've done to it looks pretty brand new. Shoulder boards for Regiment 23, as I've probably already said half a dozen times. And yeah, that sums it up. So let me show you this. It fits pretty close. Of course, I'm pretty scrawny, so it doesn't fit me as perfect as some jackets do, but it fits pretty close. Yeah, that's that. I have all the gear here, but I'm not going to put on. Waste any time putting those on. So use this and this. The back. These are all rimless buttons, which I need to use on my jacket, but I use rim. I should be able to put some rim ones on once I get them from Slovakia next month. Just Slovakia, but yeah, amazing. So this is my Schuster. And now I will do my Bavarian tunic, which is, to say the least, it was a pretty interesting piece of work. I had quite a bit of fun doing it, but I had to dye the fabric, even though it was already gray, to get it to be more the color I wanted. So, at any rate, I have horn buttons on these. This they're from Fritz Bar, so he charged me $9 for a set of 8. I used 2 for a repair kit, and I used 6 for the jacket, which is correct. So you always use 6 buttons on the M15s and M16s. This is the M16 Bavarian bluse, which I've spent tons of time, about 3 days worth, plus a month of ordering and waiting for it to come here. And at any rate, you'll probably notice right off the bat there's some differences, aside from my bad sewing. So, or hopefully, aside from my bad sewing. So, once I get this on, I need to pick up the collar hooks. And again, I'm a genius at picking the bottom one on the top one and picking the top one on the bottom somehow. At any rate, these are somewhat smaller. Eventually, I hope to get longer collar hooks, but hey, that's that. The Bavarian border with field gray collar is correct. Waiting for the shoulder boards to come here and embroider them, of course. So I'll go ahead and put on my belt, and you can see my buttons. Yeah, I'll put on my belt. Did 100 years ago. And yes, I hand sewed all the attachments. I'm actually pretty good at hand sewing, just not sewing. So let's get these back on this. And then, of course, Here's how it turns out. These are my pockets, and yes, the little white shows. They have a little bit more of a flair to them, which I prefer. The back, I have the original belt rants from Verdun, that's what the guy said. And then I also have these belt hooks from China, which are for a Waffen SS uniform. Hey, the only mark he has on the back, so why not use them? Honestly, I don't see any difference. So that about sums it up there. The inside is exactly the same as the Schuster's, except for some stuff I had to account for. The liner somehow got damaged or got dirty, so I put it in the washing machine, right? Washed it, and one side just shredded. I lost about 4 inches of length. And so I added a piece here to account for the shredding. And then I had to add another piece here because the sides went all the way down about here, but all the fabric that was about here was all gone. So I had to add another piece here. And I had to sew it down to here because of whatever reason. That's all tack sewn. And it doesn't look too bad on camera, but when I look at it, it looks awful. Maybe it's because I'm too much of a perfectionist or whatever, but it looks awful. But I guess it's alright. This has a few holes in it from the washing, like here. There's a hole. It looks almost original, except for the fact that this is not original, it's a reproduction that I made. The fact that it looks like an original already is kind of bad. The fabric was, I de-worsted the fabric, or basically took the felt off with a brush and just brought it down to the thread. And unintentionally, I made it look really old. So now it looks kind of like it's original, maybe. Not that it entirely does, because the rimmed buttons make it totally incorrect and period, blah blah blah. Anyway, the fabric which I used was from a wool blanket. It's actually, that I found was pretty thin, and it was from the honey roasted nut, and I paid $28 for that. Which is, where honey roasted peanut is off of eBay. They sell wool blankets, they sell a bunch of crap, which I do recommend buying. The wool was really dark, so I added some green into it. It actually turned out more field gray. Before it looked more stone gray, but it looks better now. The liner, I bought 3 yards of rayon linen. It was 45% linen, 55% rayon. And got them from a group called Kleider Kraus. I paid $18 for 3 yards, which turned out pretty good. I just don't have enough to make another piece. So I guess that's that. The buttons, for all of the brass rimmed buttons, I paid about $6. If you are looking for the correct rim buttons, it costs about $9 from Czechoslovakia. So I recommend doing that. It's not too much more, and I've already done it. I already had these for another tunic that I have, which I'm wasting my time on. But so I had these. I just pulled them out of my sewing kit, sewed them on. I'll replace them with the proper $9 rimmed buttons that aren't made of brass. They're made out of zinc. And then I have these original rimmed belt hooks, which are totally wrong for this. They should be rimless again. In fact, they should look like this Schuster one, except made out of zinc. And I can also buy those for about $13 from the same guy in Czechoslovakia, who I also recommend again. So these cost me about $13 for the originals. So either way, I'm not really spending any more money. And I bought these originally for my collection, but I used them on my jacket so that I could have it prepared for a grade, because I'm using this for a grade in school. The wood buttons, which I had to use because I failed to find any horn buttons, are from China. They are about $1.98 for approximately 50 of them. That is shipped. So these are dirt cheap. The horn buttons I got from Fitzbar, they usually cost about $8 for 6 of them. And I would really recommend that you buy them. I may keep an eye out. I'll hopefully be able to use horn buttons in the future and replace these. And that about sums it up. And then the hooks here I got from Walmart for about $4. I recommend that you hunt longer than I did and find some actual real good long hooks. You can usually find them from maybe I don't really know where you'd see them. Sometimes I'll see originals for sale, and those are usually scarfed up or too high. I can't buy them. The Bavarian bluse came from a guy named Cade Michaels, or Michael Cade, and he sold me these for about a decent price of, I believe, $6. I believe you can buy the full collar length or do the V for a little bit more, but he had them and I use them. These are secondhand and they're pretty cheap. So thanks goes out to him and all the people that sold me these. The guy that sold me these, I believe his name is Hickey. But all the same, yeah, I'll have a thanks in the description below. Not description, but into the credits. But at any rate, the pattern I received off of the Schuster, and of course, before I used the Schuster, I looked at quite a few original pictures of tunics showing the inside and the outside. So that's all been kind of looked at. The thread, of course, I bought from Walmart is black. I bought the 100% cotton kind of thread. So that's probably totally wrong because they didn't have cotton, but that's what I used. Hopefully, in the future, if I make any more of these, they'll be out of field gray thread, which I do not know where to find, or made out of linen thread, which I also do not know where to find. So that about sums it up. And of course, I have to give a big thanks to my mom who puts up with me using her sewing machine and using her table to cut out this thread, using her scissors to cut out the fabric and all of that, and everything, and using her iron. So big thanks goes to her for allowing me to use that stuff and allowing me to borrow it and do this for our class. So that about sums it up, and thank you for watching.